It's Tori, and I am so excited about today's video. It's kind of an unexpected video because I just got this in the mail. I was not expecting this. It was actually sent as a gift from Sentro, so thank you so much, Sentro. If you've been following me at all, you know how much I love knitting machines. I just happened to use Sentro because it was the first one I was introduced to. I do actually have an AliExpress that I just got in the mail that I haven't quite opened yet. Actually, I haven't opened it at all. What do you mean quite? I haven't opened it at all. I've been waiting so that I could figure out a project to do with it. So that will be coming soon. But today we are going to focus on the Mushroom House. So if you are unfamiliar with circular knitting machines, there are a number of brands and styles out there. A lot of the similarities have to do with the number of pins that are in them, how they're set up. With Sentro, they are an affordable option. So I will say they are made typically of plastic material. The ones that I have, in fact, I think most of them are made with plastic, but they do work really well. I've been able to make clothing items out of them, pretty much anything you can think of. I am currently in the middle of making my New Year's Eve dress with this gal right here. But the reason that this one's so exciting to me is my husband, partner, and best friend Bill have decided in the new year that we want to start doing more for our community. So we donate a lot of money from sales, from purchases from all of you over on Etsy, as well as just watching our videos. And we're able to give back that way, but we wanted to do something a little bit more, I don't know, tangible, right? We wanted to be able to give something. So we decided that we were going to start making newborn baby beanies, because we actually have right across from us, we have an amazing NICU nurse, and we were inspired by her. So we are going to be making these beanies as we go into the new year. Now, this large 48 pin is a little too big, and then the small 22 pin was a little too small. So the middle one, this 32 pin, is, I'm hoping, going to be perfect for what we need it for. I also ordered a 40, by the way, recently, and it was delayed. So I just canceled that because we're gonna give her a go and see if she works for what we need to. So without further ado, let's go ahead and do an unboxing. Let's see how she works. Let's see how she's set up. And we're gonna make a little baby beanie, and we're gonna use this yarn I just got at the Joann's Yarntastic sale. So this super cute Bernat baby yarn, super soft. So we're gonna make a little beanie out of this, and let's dive right in. Woo! Okay, so here she is, the Knitting Loom Mushroom House. It says lovely knitting tool. This was sent from Sentro. I do not see anything, excuse me, on here that actually says Sentro on it. I'm looking for it. There is not anything that actually says Sentro, so this may be an unbranded item. The box does give you some examples of things you can make. And let's open. Okay, here we go. Let's get a different angle so we can see everything. Actually, I'll just pull it out right here. So first thing we'll notice that she does come with the same accessories or similar accessories to the other machines. So in here, we're gonna have yarn. This yarn that they send, this is the same yarn that they sent in the little Sentro 22 that I purchased, and the Sentro 48 that I purchased, just to clarify. This is the first gift that they have sent me. But yeah, the yarn is similar. It's really good for waste yarn. That's what I use this for, because there's not really quite enough here to do any projects with. So we'll put this to the side. Things come off, lots of stuff here. We have directions that come with it. So again, just giving you some information on how to use it with the images there. And then just like the others with our Sentro, we are going to have a few accessories. So there's going to be some of the needles, which are really important. We're going to have the tensioner, which also you cannot use a knitting machine if you don't have proper tension. And then what else is on here? And then these look like little round stickies to put at the bottom of our machine. So let's go ahead. We'll take okay, look at how cute this is. So it is called the Mushroom Top, or the Mushroom House, the Mushroom House. And it's super cute. I've actually seen a few people do some unboxings with this. And I think that this is more for aesthetics because honestly, if I don't see my stitches, I don't know if they're working properly. So this would be more of just a storage thing to make it look cute, but there is nothing wrong with having something that looks cute. Not at all. Oops. Now on to the main event. Here she is. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's just start by putting, that's it. She just sits on like this, just like a little mushroom. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm dying because it is truly adorable. Truly adorable. Okay, now let's pull it back off. So immediately you can see here, this is where you can pull your work out of. If you have really long pieces, it can come through here. It can come through the bottom. As we turn this way, the tube and panel setting is actually on the left side instead of on the right side. We have our handle on the right side with the crank. So first thing that I'm gonna do, which I do on every machine first, is I'm going to tag it. I'm going to essentially write on it because it is very important for me that I can see the last pin. That is how I work. So before anything else, I'm just going to put this on here so that we can let it dry. Wonderful. So all I did was put a little mark there, make it easier for me as we go around. All right, let's open up our accessories. Okay, there are suction cups in here. I was wondering. Very important. Okay, so first thing we're gonna do, we have our tensioner. Actually, I'm gonna wait to put the tensioner on. Let's put our little suction cups on. So we're gonna put those on. You just slip them in here. And if they give you any headache, you can actually get them wet and push them in. That's a nice little tip for you. But that one went in just fine. Okay, suction it down. This table doesn't typically work very well. Now first, in the next thing I notice is that this brand name is different. And I have seen that. I think that there might be one manufacturer that makes a bunch of them that are the same product, but different names that they send them out. So again, this was gifted to me by Sentro themselves. They reached out to me on Instagram. But anyway, this one is Zebed by, whatever that is. We'll see if it works the same. Now we need to put in our tensioner. So if you haven't seen, this is your little tensioner. So she needs to go in, usually pushes right on in, snaps into place. Perfect, just like every other one. Wonderful. And then of course, these are the little goodies that came with it. Your little needles and your crochet hook. Now we have these. Now I thought these are sticky. I wonder if you want to do stationary feet. I'm assuming that's what these are. So these are circles, and then on one side it has an adhesive. So instead of, or maybe in addition to, let me take a look. Let's take a look. There might be, oh, and now that they're stuck, I don't want them to come undone. Okay. No, they don't have any space from on here, but I'm assuming that I would just stick them on here and that would help it from moving. So I'm actually going to save these. I might use these for a different machine. I don't know, but I'm not going to use them just yet. So now we have our gal. She's all set up, ready to go. This is what she looks like with her little lid on there. And again, as it comes to usefulness, this is not going to be useful. I've seen a few people try to rationalize it, that it helps make it stable, but I can't see my stitches. Like that's not gonna work. So let's dive into our first project. Now we're gonna make, as I mentioned, something super simple. We're just gonna make a newborn beanie. I am just going by my gut instinct here, and I'm gonna make it the same way that I would make just a very basic. I'm not gonna add waist yarn. We're just gonna do a cinched top. And we're gonna do, typically I do between 110 and 130 rows for an adult size or a teen size. So let's just go with, and there's no counter on this, by the way, so I will have to kind of estimate, or use my counter, which is on my other machine. So we'll just kind of estimate as we go. But we'll probably do, I don't know, we'll do 110. We'll see if that works. So we're gonna start with, this will be our brim. And I probably, dang it, I should have made some cakes out of this to make it a little bit easier. So I use this little basket. There's dust flying around. I use this little basket to put my skeins in if I don't have a cake. That way they don't get dog hair or anything all over the ground. And then they also don't roll around my whole house. So we're just gonna start. And again, I'm using both Bernat yarns in Softy Baby. They were both on sale. And we are just going to cast on. In fact, let me change the camera angle so you can see how this works. All right, well, casting on is the same way. So we're just gonna pop that under, behind, front. All right, now she does feel, let me get her squished down right here. She does feel a little stiffer than my other machines, but that could just be that she is brand new. So we'll go ahead, we're gonna do, what did I say? We're gonna do 120, so 70, so let's do 60 and 50. That'll be 110. So we'll do 60 rows. All right, we've just did 10 rows and I just want to take a look here at the tension. This yarn is a dream to work with, by the way. Also, no drop stitch, and she's really smooth. So like with the 22, when I use her, she tends to kind of wobble a little bit, probably because the size. So again, here is what a 22, this is a really horrible vantage point, but this is what the 22 looks like. So she tends to wobble around a little bit. So this one does have a lot more stability, maybe because of the weight distribution. But so far, super smooth, love her. Okay, I pulled the hubs in so he could test it out. So come on over, B.
How am I supposed to do that? Jump through a hoop?
Yeah, oh, it's a nightmare over here. There's like it's kind of a... All right, so I have it all set up for you.
Great. Where's that going?
31. 32. 33. And let's stop right there on 34. Okay, so what are your thoughts?
It's nice.
How does it feel compared to like the 22 that you've used?
Well, at least I could put the 22 in my lap.
All right, well, I like it. I think that it's working wonderfully. All right, so that is 60 rows. Is it center pull? No. Okay, so I'm going to make a quick little cake out of this. And if you're wondering what I mean by cake, I have this yarn roller here, or yarn winder. And it's amazing, especially if you're working on really long projects, because all this headache that you have of pulling your yarn, you do it now and you get it into a cake, and the cakes look like this. It's for another project I'm going to be working on. All right, well, I am going to use this for something. I'm not going to put it on top, although you could see if you put it on top, I just realized there is a little cutout here so your yarn can go through, but I'm actually going to use this as a little yarn holder. So what I'm doing, in fact, let me go this way a little. So I'm going to pop this on top of my yarn cake and just pull the yarn through and just put that there. So now, so I normally use a yarn bowl for this, but let's see if this works. This could be a nice little handy tool. So we're gonna do a yarn change here. She's just so smooth, and I don't know if it's just because she's new. Okay, one little tip that I have, if you use one of these machines and if you ever are trying to work around stitches and you're afraid that they're gonna pop off, if you use these little stitch marker, or not stitch markers, these I actually use for sewing, for my sewing projects, and they are little sewing clips. And you can put them on perfectly. They don't damage your machine, and then that prevents the little knot from popping off. So just a little tip of the day for you. All right, here's our work. We're gonna go ahead. Besides the debacle that I just had with casting off, which was my fault, also you'll see that the tension, because I had a couple of instances where I could feel that my tension was off, so I could tell that that's there. Also, I'm realizing this is way too big for a child's beanie. There is no way that this child is going to be able to wear this, even when it's folded in half. It is not gonna happen. Overall impressions. The pros, it works up very quickly. It's smooth, just like the other ones. It's adorable. I mean, I know, again, aesthetics shouldn't be the only thing that we look for, but it looks cute for sure. Other pros, the knitting looks really fantastic. I didn't have any problems. I didn't have one drop stitch, but for those of you that are just starting out, yarn and tension, those are some of your biggest culprits of tucked and drop stitches. So the stitches look really great. The size, I'm actually really excited about the size. It's that in-between size. Like I said, I want to make little newborn beanies, and once I adjust my pattern, then I think it'll be okay. So the size, I'm really excited. Other projects that I think would work well with this, making different size panels if you're working on clothing, which is kind of the direction that I've been going. Pillows, accessories for the home. I mean, there's so many different ideas that are like running through my head. Scarves, and I know everyone does scarves, but right now, I have the 48, so I can do these big panels like this if I'm going to do tubes, which I love tubes. And this is going to give kind of another little size there. Cons. Okay. So cons, always want to be realistic, because it's not all rainbows and butterflies as much as we want it to be. So, oh wait, one more pro though. The stability is really great on this one compared to the bigger one that I feel like even when I have it suctioned down, she still seems to move around a lot and I have to hold on. I did a total of 110 rows and I never felt like she was off balance. She kind of moved a little, but it wasn't a big deal. So cons. This lid, it's cute, but it really has no function at all, but it definitely is cute. So I don't know if that's really a con, but it's kind of like, is it necessary? Not really. I haven't tried a panel setting, which I will try. I'm trying to think of what other cons about it. It's cheap. And I definitely want to make sure to say this, because a lot of people, I'm sure I'll get a lot of comments that people are say that it breaks, or that something, that it doesn't work the way they want it to. And it's very probable, but overall, I think just pulling her out of the box, doing my first project with her, she worked like a dream. No counter. I just had to count manually in my head, and that definitely can be an issue. But again, there's workarounds for that. Price wise, I think that she is kind of around the same price as the 40 pin. She's a newer model, so I'm pretty sure that you're going to see that price fluctuate here and there, especially because this time of year there's a huge influx of people that are buying knitting machines. So give it a little time, see if like the New Year sales, check it out, check on Amazon. I will see if this is available on Amazon, and I'll link it in my my Amazon affiliate tools so you can find her pretty easily. But I do want to give, as I wrap up this video, giant shout out to Sentro. They reached out to me and they sent this to me as a gift, just to clarify, but there was no expectation there. It was just really give an honest review. So hopefully this was helpful to you. If there's any other tips or tricks that you are looking for, comment. Also, I have many other videos that might be exciting to you if you use the knitting machine, and I'm always here to help. So thank you so much, everybody, and until next time, see ya!